Hey guys, this is CholeraSC, finally bringing you a viewer-requested video between ChRh and Bisu that was played on May 6, 2007, sort of a little blast from the past. And this game has been requested by, I don't know, maybe half a dozen viewers of mine after I did that ChRh game where he went for a proxy barracks. And evidently this was an insane game played between these two on Monty Hall. And to give you a little idea of why this would be considered insane, here is ChRh, by the way, a player for Air Force Ace. By this point, in May of '07, he hadn't won a single game since 2006. I believe he played 4 or 5, and he lost every one of them. Meanwhile, Bisu was the reigning MSL champion. He had just won the MSL championship about 2 months ago, and he was on the way to win the OSL. So definitely, this was in 2007 when he was the best player around. And basically, everyone expected a complete washout here. Everyone expected Bisu to basically walk all over this living fossil that was ChRh, the Terran player here in purple at the 11 o'clock. And basically, not to give too much away, but it was not a walkover. This game does last for quite a while, and if you guys enjoy long-term versus Protoss games, I do recommend you watch this. Now, for those of you who watched ChRh's casts about a year ago, when he started to cast, he has a lot of diatribes against this map, Monty Python, that he calls. It's actually Monty Hall, but he calls it Monty Python because he thinks it's so hilariously bad. This map is a map where there's 3 paths leading from the 2 spawning points, and each of them is blocked off by mineral patches, which you can get past by using a SCV or a probe to build a building, and then canceling the building, and then sort of tricking the worker through. You actually can't do this with a drone. It requires 2 workers. You can also do this trick with 2 workers to get through the mineral lines. Anyway, you can also go for, obviously, mining out the mineral lines, which eventually is what you end up doing. But this map led to a lot of, basically, a lot of cheeses, just a lot of random stuff that happened. And I'm actually a fan of this map. I think it's quite creative. I think it's interesting. And here we see Bisu moving one of his probes through using that little probe mining trip. He's going for a fast tech. Basically, this map is sort of an island map until the mineral lines are mined through. And by the way, there are many expansions on this map along the 3 paths, the upper, middle, and lower path. And here Bisu is going for a scout or possibly a proxy here. Oh man, he's building a pylon there, so he is going to be going for a proxy. I'm going to guess a proxy gateway there, although it could be a proxy robotics facility. That's certainly very possible. In fact, I actually say that this is more likely to be a proxy robo facility. And oh, Bisu trying to get his probe through, but it looks like he actually fails. Meanwhile, ChRh building 1 Marine. Now he's going to lift his barracks and try to use it as scout. Since it is an island map, I do expect both players to be going for relatively fast tech or fast expansion because he can get away with it. Terran, of course, can float the command center out. And critically, you have to remember that, and it looks like the robotics facility is actually being built inside the base for Bisu, interesting enough. You have to remember that ChRh is definitely a gigantic underdog in this matchup. He knows that he hasn't actually won anything since the very early days of StarCraft back in 2002. So he certainly knows he's an underdog here. He's much older than Bisu also. ChRh today is 27, whereas Bisu is only, I think, 18 right now still, or 19 maybe. So a lot older, a lot slower, a lot out of practice. So he might be going for something sneaky here to be able to have a chance against Bisu. And by the way, this was played in May of '07, so this is quite a long time ago before Bisu enters current stuff. And oh, Bisu missing again with his pylon trick here. There he goes. Finally, he tricks his probe into ChRh's base. He's getting a scout out. I think ChRh is going for a 2-factory build here, interesting enough, and he's trying to mine out the middle path on Monty Hall so he can get some units in. But Bisu is going to get a scout pretty thoroughly of his base right now. I think only 1 Marine up for ChRh, so he won't be able to kill this probe very easily. Meanwhile, an observatory going up for Bisu and a second gateway, so he's not going for an earlier Reaver harass. I'm going to guess he's probably going to use this observatory, these observers and dragoons to take another expansion at one of the different paths. And basically, the strategy of this map is to try to mine out one of the paths where your opponent doesn't expect it, and then rush some units into their base and try to kill them off. Now, ChRh has done the middle path. He's opened it, but Bisu certainly has spotted this by now. And by the way, right now is an absolutely great time to be watching StarCraft pro games, because there are so many commentators out right now, and some of the old and great commentators like Moltrap and Diggity are fully in swing right now. I highly suggest you guys watch 4GG versus Cal that Diggity did. This was in the MSL round of 8. I was originally going to do a dual commentary with him, but it turns out our scheduling didn't work. But absolutely check it out. In fact, for all of you guys who've been asking me, when is a scout ever used in pro gaming? That series answers it. There is definitely serious scout usage in that series. Here we see ChRh, interestingly enough, going for Vulture Speed here, and now going for Harass, I believe, on the bottom path. I don't think it's open though, so perhaps he's just hoping that he'll see a expansion down there. Maybe he's going to build a refinery and try to. No, there's no way he can mine out the bottom path here. He's just going to be laying a couple of mines here. So basically he's hunting for expansions here. And ChRh setting up an expansion on the lower path, going for his first natural expansion here. So interesting enough, ChRh has not gone for a starport or anything that could go for drops. I wonder if Bisu is going to go for it. Yes, he is going to go for it. Here's the shuttle, and the Reaver should be popping out pretty soon here. So Bisu is going to be going for a little bit of harass here. Perhaps he's going to find the expansion that ChRh is trying to set up and then try to kill it off. Here comes a probe from Bisu, and it's actually probably going to get killed by that Marine if it tries to build a Nexus there. So anyway, check out Moltrap, by the way. Also, I'm sure most of you guys are subscribed to him if you're subscribed to me, but he's doing a lot of new Pro League games. It is insane. I mean, literally right now, I have about 4 windows open with YouTube videos and also the GOM TV, Avertech, Intel Classic. It looks like Bisu won't get an expansion there. Basically all open with games downloading, and I just can't keep up with watching all the games that have come out from Diggity and Moltrap and dual commentaries on Volotech account. It's just been absolutely insane how many English commentaries there are, and I'm just so psyched about the state of English commentaries right now for StarCraft. It seems that ChRh has scouted the drop coming from Bisu, so he's going to know this is coming, and he's actually set up a decent defense on the on his main base and his natural expansion to deal with it. Basically, what you need is a turret and a sieged up tank that will certainly help you deal with a Reaver harass here. He's got a couple of vultures to also assist. Bisu has gotten his shuttle into ChRh's base, though. He has a turret and a tank around his main mineral line, though. And Bisu may not be able to drop here. We'll see what Bisu can do here. Bisu getting expansion on the right side path, the upper path, I would call it, and now dropping the shuttle to kill off. Dropping off the Reaver, rather, to kill off one missile turret. He's going to be going in for a harass on the main here of ChRh, but ChRh actually has 2 tanks ready and waiting for that Reaver drop, so Bisu cannot drop that Reaver just yet. I wonder if ChRh is thinking about getting a Goliath or 2 to be able to deal with this, to stop this floating indefinitely over his base. Taking a couple of hits here, Bisu is. And wow, Bisu drops it, tries to kill off. He's got a Dragoon there. He's going to try to kill off a couple of these tanks to open up some more space for him to do this harass, but looks like that will not happen. Bisu is going to be forced to retreat his shuttle here. And so an armory going up here from ChRh. He is going to be going for some upgrades, but also likely for some Goliaths now that you've seen this tech here. Bisu's expansion on the right side, I think, about complete. And ChRh going for a second expansion on the middle path, interesting enough. So I'm not sure if this is going to be successful for him, though. This is going to leave him definitely vulnerable to harass, at least on the new expansion, if Bisu can spot it. Bisu has his upper expansion up. And Bisu is going to be trying to get into ChRh's base. He actually has gone in because ChRh has mined out the